Hi guys, how are you? I'm doing good. In Basel it's a sunny day now, and I thought, as the health situation in the world is not the best now and we're spending a lot of time at home, I'm in my studio, I thought I could make a video blog and talk a little bit about my work as an illustrator and talk about different topics in illustration, about my favorite books. So, for those who don't know me very well yet, my name is Gerda and I'm Estonian. I'm an Estonian illustrator of books for children mostly, and I live in Basel, Switzerland. I've illustrated quite a few books by now, since 2014. My background is that I studied painting and printmaking at the Estonian Academy of Arts, and I did an Erasmus studies in Italy, in Macerata, where I studied illustration. So that's where my professional life actually started. I've illustrated 8 books so far and written one of them too. So I show you that one first. This is Virmalised. In English, its title is The Northern Lights, and it tells the story of a polar bear whose name is Jon. He lives in the Arctics, and I'll show you a little bit inside. So this is his home, the Arctics, and he's a photographer, and he likes to go to dance parties with the other polar bears. And then one night it starts raining heavily and the ice starts to melt, and unfortunately he is forced to flee from his own country, and then he'll get into a nice adventure and he will find himself in a new country with different bears. They're different and peculiar, but they turn out to be pretty nice. So the story goes on, and I won't tell you how the story ends. So this is my latest book that came out in the middle of Corona, actually, this spring, I think in April, in Estonia. They're not easy times right now. I show you a few other books from recent years. So this is a very sweet book called Aitäh, kõht on täis. In English, Thanks, I'm full. And this is written by Hilli Rand, a very nice Estonian writer who really engages children very playfully. I really like her stories. So this little boy called Timo, it is very hard for him to eat his breakfast, and there's his brother who gives him a good idea. He tells him about the animals in the forest that they'll see when they go hiking together, and he creates and tells this story to him that the animals like the porridge and they will ask for porridge from Timo. But the plate seems so big, and There's so much of porridge and there's too much of it. And then there's the mother who says, you must eat the porridge, then you will become big and you will have a lot of strength. There's a lot of animals. Actually, it's a book of animals, so there are many of them, and I drew many of them. It was a very nice work, very sweet job. This is a nice page, and it's all made with gouache and watercolor. And there's an illustration in every page, so I had to make quite many of them. And then Timo starts to fantasize a lot. And he will think, there will also be hedgehog with wings who will come and ask porridge from me. And maybe also these creatures. Look at this. Right. Then there's another book, Hädaolu kuningas. In English it's The King of the Valley of Woes, written by Aino Pervik, who's one of the greatest Estonian children's book writers. And this is a fairy tale that has very strong connotations with the actual political situation in the world, and tells about the importance of education so that people could have their own opinion and act accordingly to that. Show you a little bit of the illustrations. This was published in 2016. So this is the valley, quite a sad one. There are a lot of small spots. This is a technique of pencil and watercolor. And these illustrations really took a lot of time, about 5 days for one of these square ones, I think. Okay, I'll find some other bigger image. Yes, I really recommend to read this book for those who read Estonian. I think there are very many levels of reading in this book. So yeah, so at the moment I'm working on a small project. I have written a story. It's based on the story of Alice in Wonderland. And I have done so far one illustration, quite a big size illustration. It's not for a book, it's just like a personal project. It will maybe be exhibited, but I will let you know more about this a bit later. And so I'm working on the second illustration. This is a gouache technique. It's very detailed and it takes a lot of time to make even one illustration. And I do a lot of preparation work. So I show you some of the sketches. The story starts with this girl that I'm calling Alessia for now, in a cafe in Rome. And I was kind of searching for the right angle to draw her sitting in this cafe eating fave dei morti, which is a sweet cookies especially prepared and enjoyed in the All Saints holiday, which will be very soon in a couple of days. So it's basically when Halloween is. It's Ogni Santi in Italian. So here are some sketches. Just really raw sketches, looking for the right angle to draw Alessia. And there's also a waiter in the mirror, and the waiter is quite a peculiar guy. So I sketch a lot, and I think it's a very good way to try out how what is in my mind works on paper, because those two things are not always correlated, or what I think would look good and express my thought or my vision in the best way might not actually work on the paper. So it's good to try to draw in a very easy and quick way some sketches. And then I prepare a full size, the original size drawing, and then I correct it, and I arrive to something like this, which is absolutely nothing artistic, obviously. Some contours, but this preparation work is very important for me to start painting. I've also worked out the palette, the exact colors, the tones that I will be using. So I will get to work now and mix colors, and will take me a few days for sure. So I'll let you know how this turned out. So have a good weekend, guys, and I hope to see you soon. And let me know what you thought of the vlog, and stay safe. All the best to you.